this is Liz Bentley, and today I want to talk about the difference between what I call a micro failure and a macro failure. So when I say failure, I'm talking about mistakes, things that go wrong, okay? And there's a difference between a micro one and a macro one. And sometimes people get confused and they think that any failure is bad, not recognizing that there's a really big difference between what we call a micro, a small failure. So this is a mistake that happens that you can recover from, that you look at and you're like, okay, this was my fault, this happened, or here's a problem in our system, or a problem with our team, a problem with our company, a problem in our services. And we have to address the problem. There is a problem. And again, maybe it's something that you're doing wrong and you have to shift in yourself. Micro failures are easy to fix. The problem is that a lot of people struggle so much with seeing a mistake, so much with getting negative feedback, that they ignore the micro failure. They place blame on it, they make an excuse, they act like it wasn't their fault, or they do something to make it worse. So then the micro failure keeps getting worse and turns into a macro failure. It's not often that just a macro failure happens out of nowhere. Macro failures at one point were micro ones that just got bigger, okay? And they got bigger and bigger and bigger, and then they turned into what we call a macro failure. And now this is hard to recover from. Now you're getting a big wake-up call. Now all of a sudden you've got to look at what's actually happening here and make a much bigger adjustment. And I still see clients and still see people that when the macro failure hits them over the head with a frying pan, they still are not getting it. They are still sticking their head in the sand or placing blame or trying to pretend like it is not their fault. So the message today is don't be afraid of failure. Don't be afraid of looking at the truth, because it's only going to get worse if you don't fix it now. So tackle those micro failures. Get on top of them, understand them, look for the real fix so that it doesn't mushroom and get bigger. And if you do get hit with a macro failure, it's okay. You can recover, but you have got to adjust now because, like I said, it's only going to get worse.